So I saw this thread of online expertise, online discussions, online podcast, online university. And then the real bridge for me was it did happen during COVID, where COVID was a catalyst of many things, but a predominant thing that came out of COVID was elimination of the myth that you could only learn in the physical classroom,
Yeah.
turning the page of the physical book, sitting in the physical desk, in the physical chair on the teacher's time.
That is the worst thing you can do because online learning requires a totally different approach pedagogically. So the experience was so awful that I thought, I want to learn how to do this because I think there's something to this. This was, I could see, wow, this is going to serve the needs of so many people that don't have access to education. I love online learning because I think it levels the playing field for students. You cannot hide in a good online course, whereas if you are in an in-person course, it's so easy to sit in the back, right, and lean against the blackboard. But you can't do that if the online course is well designed. And so I find that I get more out of students. The learning is richer and deeper, and I get to know my students much, much better online than I do in an on-ground course.
In a properly designed online curriculum, you can't hide in the back of the class. But on site, we all know those kids, last row, back seat, corner seat. I think you just like shattered one of the biggest myths of in-person being better than online with the fact that just because you're there, you may not be there. You may be physically present, but you may be emotionally absent. Whereas with a properly designed online course, there is no hiding. Designed online course, there is no hiding.
Well, and the properly designed online learning, that's the key.
Could you give like the woman on the street version of what online learning really entails, or better yet, what properly designed online learning really entails?
So let me say, first of all, at the American University of Greece Global Campus, and this models what we did at Bay Path University, and Bay Path is also doing the same way. It is a very well-designed, highly intentional approach to structuring, nurturing, managing the learning experience of every single student who's in the online course. So at the American University of Greece, the courses are all asynchronous. What that means is that it's total flexibility within a certain framework. So you may take an MBA course that spans 8 weeks. There is one module structured for each of those 8 weeks. Each module has learning outcomes. In other words, the faculty member has thought very carefully about what do I want the students to know as a result of module 1. And then you build in all kinds of exercises, assignments that students do. The faculty member is involved in terms of moderating and facilitating. They're very available to the student. And then there's some sort of a checkpoint so that you know that the student learned what it is they were supposed to learn at the end of that module. And that's how it goes. Now, when I say asynchronous, what that means is that they don't have to show up for class at a particular time. They can complete their assignments within that 1 week pretty much on their own time schedule, as long as they complete the assignments and they participate in the way that they need to participate. So it's like having a 24/7 conversation with a group of buddies that you're studying with, but you're not all in the room at the same time. So and that's what causes the richness, because people are having time to stop, to reflect before they just shoot off their thoughts about something. And so students are assessed according to, are they integrating what they're learning in their discussion forum participation, for example. It's all highly intentional and informed by everything that we know about how people learn, good learning conditions for learning.